Yesterday was Ramanavami, so happy Ramanavami, Shubhakangshaha. And it's Vyakarana Vibhagaha, Samasa Prakaranam, Mangalacharanam Kriyate. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate, Ramam Ramesham Bhaje, Ramena Bhiyata Nishacharachamu, Ramaya Tasmai Namaha. Raman Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham. Rame Chittale Sada Bhutame Bhora Mamamudhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana On Nama Iti Atha Shri Maheshwara Sutrani I Un Ruk E Ong I Auch Hayavarat Lanya Nya Ma Na Nam Jabanj Gadadash, Jaba Gadadash, Kapa Cha Cha Tha Cha Cha Tav, Kapay Sha Sha Sar Hal Iti Maheshwara Sutrani. First of all, a correction from the last time is we are looking at this compound which is Anusamam. Anusamam. The sutram we are looking at was 5475. Everything was fine except in the Vigraha Vakyam I made a small mistake. So we are looking at the Sutram 5475 in the Samasanta Prakarane. Remember the Samasanta Prakaranam starts from the Sutram Adhikaraha Samasantaha. We did this last time. Samasantaha Apada Samaptehe. Up to the end of this pada, this Samasanta Prakaranam goes. As we talked about Samasantaha, they are Pratyayaha because they are in the Adhikara of Pratyaya Parascha, which goes up to the end of chapter 5. Also Tadhitaha, which starts from 4176. Always have to keep the Adhikaras in mind. Very, very important Ashtadhyay. So Samasantaha is within the Adhikara of Tadhitaha. Also Pratyaya Parascha iti Adhikarantaragatam is also inside this Adhikara of Pratyaya Parascha. But because they are Samasantaha, what's happening is that they become the Antyavayavaha of the Samasaha. So they kind of go inside the end of the Pratipadikam and becomes a new Pratipadikam. So this Pratyaya is added to the Samasaha, but it goes and becomes the ending member of the Samasaha. Anyway, all this we did last time, but this Sutram which was Ach Patyanva Purvat Sama Lomnaha. So this word Saman and Loman, when they're end of a compound. To remind you one more thing is that these are Samanyen Vihitaha Samasantaha Pratyayaha. Because they are didn't say it has to be Bahubri Samasaha or it has to be the Prush Samasaha, Dunda Samasaha, any compound, but which has Saman or Loman at the end, but which has Prati, Anu or Ava as the Pura Padam, then it gets the Ash Pratyayaha. So everything was fine, we did everything correct. Only thing is that when you form this Samasaha, Anusamam, is usually the Vigraha Vakyam is like, it is Samnaha Paschat, after the following this Saman. Of course, Saman has a number of meanings. Saman means like a reconciliation. Saman also means Samavedaha, etc. Whatever the meaning might be. So Anusamam, Vivakshitarthaha, it's a Avyabhava Samasaha. Again, don't worry about the details right now. We are not focusing on the details. We are only looking at the Samas and the Pratyaya right now. But still, we should keep the Vigraha Vakyam correct. Tathapi dosho nasyat. Should not have an issue. So this Vigraha Vakyam of this is formed from the Sutram 216, which we have not looked in detail so far. But if you want, you can look at it. We'll come back to it when we do the Avyabhava Prakaranam. So 216 is a long Sutram. This main sutram for the Avyabhava Samasaha, Avyayam, Vibhakti, Samipa, Samriddhi, Viruddhi, Arthabhava, Atyaya, Samprati, Arthabhava, Atyaya, Asamprati, Shabda, Pradurbhava, Paschat, Yatha, and Anupurvya, Yogya, Padya, Sadrishya, Sampatti, Sakalya, Antavachaneshu. So Avyam can be compounded with Samarthena Subhanthena in all these meanings. To express a Vibhakti, Samipa, Samriddhi, Viruddhi, Arthabhava, Atyaya, Asamprati, Shabda, Pradurbhava, Paschat, Yatha Anupurvya Yoga Padya Sadrishya Sampatti Sakalya Antavachaneshu, ending in these. Anyway, so we are looking at this. We use the Paschad Artha, Paschad, which means that after. So Anusaman means the Vigraha Vakya means after the Saman. So Samnaha Anu. That should have been the correct Vigraha Vakyam of that. Now we did not. I mean, in the document, I made a mistake last time. In that, I put the pratyaya instead of putting the pratyaya nyas in there. So just change the Vigraha Vakyam. That's all I'm asking you to do. The Vigraha Vakyam should be Saman plus nyas, and not the should not be the Saman plus Everything else was correct. Pratyayanta was correct. Everything was correct. Only thing is that the Vigraha Vakyam should pratyaya nyas and not the pratyaya So, okay. Now, continuing with today, last time we started with this Charthe Dvandvaha. Ekam eva sutram vartate. Dvandva vidhayaka sutram. Dvandva samasa vidhayaka sutram. To refresh your memory is that when you want to make any compound in this language, you have to start with the sutram from 2-1 or 2-2. So samasa vidhayaka sutrani dvitiyasya adhyayasya prathame pade dvitiye pade cha griyante. That is in those two only. So this always should be the first starting point, is which sutram authorizes the compound, okay? And that is 2-1, 2-2. And within that there is one sutram which Panini has put, Charthe Dvandvaha, the meaning of cha, Charthe Dvandvaha. And if you look at the vritti of that quickly, Charthe Dvandvaha, which we started this last time, the moment for the rest of your life, the moment you see the word Dvandva Samasaha, immediately Charthe Dvandvaha, the meaning of cha arthe, meaning of cha. So what are the various meanings of cha which are possible, which is what we're going to see today. But anyway, before we go there, look at the vritti of this one, is that Anekam Subantam. Now this Anekam Subantam, which is the anuvritti of this Anekamanya Padarthe coming from 2 to 24. Anekam Subantam, and of course we talked in detail earlier in the last two classes about the Supa, which is coming from way back. So way back, Adhikara of Sup along with Supa, we spent 2 classes on this. If Sup anuvritti comes down, means Subantam Padam is Samarthena Supa Saha Samasyate. That's the general tone of this entire Prakaranam of Samasa, is that one Subantam Padam, it compounds with a connected, logically connected Subantam, another Subantam Padam. And we talked about how Supa was a Yoga Vibhagaha. We also talked about how Supa was a Vidhi Sutram and a Adhikara Sutram. The Vidhi Sutram was to include the miscellaneous compounds, and the Adhikara Sutram, because in all the remaining sutras up to this Charthe Dvandvaha, only Sup with Sup can be compounded, not like a Tinganta Padam or anything else like that. So Tingantam will not compound. Anyway, so that's where the Supa comes, Saha Sup Supa comes. So the vritti of 2 to 29, Charthe Dvandvaha is Anekam Subantham cha arthe charthe vartamanam va samasyate sadvandvaha. Va, because of this Sutam Vibhasha, 2.1.11 was Sutam Vibhasha, means Pakshe Vakyam api. Pakshe Vakyam means you can also express the same meaning with a Vigraha Vakyam, which is Swapada Vigraha, which is composed with the same Subantam which you used in the compound. So then the next thing was that, so Anekam Subantam Charthe Vartamanam Va Samasyate Sadvandvaha. From that compound is called Dvandvaha. So very good habit. The moment you see a sutram, do the Padacheda, do the Padavichara, means the Vibhakti and Vibhakti Vichara, and then after that look at the Vigraha Vakyam. Always, that's a very good habit, very good habit. So cha arthe charthe. So cha shabda charthe, in the meaning of cha, charthe dvandvaha means in the meaning of cha, these Subantam can be compounded with another Subantam, and that compound will call it Dvandva compound, Charthe Dvandvaha. So the Padacheda of the Sutram is simply Charthe. That Charthe also we can do is that we can think of what kind of compound it is. Is the Charthe Dvandvaha, Chasya Artha Charthaha. Meaning of cha, meaning of and, simply meaning of and. Now we didn't, I said last time we're running out of time at the end of the class, so we said, so cha shabdasya arthaha ke santi. What are the vivokshita arthaha cha shabdasya, which are the intended meanings of the word cha, means and basically. And the grammarians give vayyakaranaha vadanti chaturthaha, chatvaraha arthaha, chatvaraha, four. Samuchaya, Anvaya, Anvachaya. One more time. Samuchaya, Anvachaya, Itaretara Yoga, and Samaharaha, Charthaha. There are four meanings, okay? So, Samuchaya, Anvachaya, Itaretara Yoga, and Samaharaha. Now, Tatra, let me just copy. Is this, I'm reading from Lagu Siddhanta Kaumudi, by them. That's where I'm reading from. Okay, if you want, let's put in the document. So there are four meanings of cha. So charthaha, chasya arthaha, charthaha, chasya samasaha, simple compound, chasya, cha shabdasya, arthaha, chatvaraha, chatvaraha. And the first one, they give it as samuchayaha, samuchayaha. And the example udaharanam is harim cha, let's say, okay, harim cha gurum cha bhajasva. So worship Sri Hari and also worship your guru. Now, in this, that's one, harim cha gurum cha bhajasva. The problem with this one is that even though the cha has been used here, there are two separate putak kriya. There's not, the samarthyam is not there. Samarthyam is not there. You're not being asked to worship Sri Hari and your Guru at the same time, together, the same place. Then you should worship Sri Hari, also should worship your Guru. So it's not, the Hari and Guru don't have that samarthyam, that connection of being worshipped together. So even though cha has been used and there is a connection in the action, but it is not being done togetherness is not there. That's what is samarthyam. The togetherness is not there between Hari and Guru. They are not being worshipped together. It's called samuchayaha. Next is called anvachayaha. Anvachayaha, what is done is that anvachayaha is, see, this goes to further explain the concept of samarthyam. Okay, we're always saying is that when does that charthaha have samarthyam? Only when it has samarthyam, it can be compounded. Because of, remember, which is the sutram in the beginning of Sadhikara itself, we saw that samarthaf padavidihi. Samarthaf padavidihi. So that is what always has to be the, think about, that you just cannot blindly take, if there is a cha in the vakyam, doesn't mean you can just simply compound, make it Dvandva Samasa. That should not be done. That is what we are basically doing here, is that anywhere where cha appears does not make it eligible for a compounding. Anvachayaha is the Bhikshamata. Bhiksham, okay. So Bhiksham, okay, Bhikshamata and Gam Chanaya. So go and get Bhiksha, roam around for Bhiksha, and also get a cow when you're coming. Gam Chanaya. Now what is happening is that there is a Pradhana Kriya which is Bhikshamata. And the Gam Chanaya is a Prasangikam. Doesn't have the same standing as Bhikshamata. So it is, and there are also two different actions involved here. One primary action here, which is go and get Bhiksha and go roam around for Bhiksha. The second thing is, and also, by the way, get a cow while you're coming. So that is, those have not the same, they cannot go into Dvandva compound, again, because Samarthyam is not there. One is being done primarily, one action. Other action is just by the way action. So this also Samarthyam is not there. Bhikshamata, the togetherness is not there. The togetherness is not there. They have some connection, but one is a primary action, then there is another action, a secondary action being done along the way. So these two don't qualify for Samarthyam. The next one, of course, is itaretara yogaha. Itaretara means one and the other. Itaretara yogaha means one and the other. They are participating in an action, both of them together. Itaretara yogaha. You have a logical connection. So you can say Ramascha Lakshmanascha Gacchataha. Rama and Lakshmanaha, they go. So Ramaha cha we can say Ramaha Lakshmanascha Lakshmanascha Lakshmanaha cha Gacchataha. These two are going. Now here what's happening is that they are both going together and they're participating in the action together, but they are also maintaining the individual identities. They are individually, they are going together, but they are not losing their identity to the group. So one and the other is participating in the action. They're doing it together, but they are maintaining their individuality. So what's called Udbhut Avayavaha. Udbhut Avayavaha means that those members of that group are evident. Udbhuta means they are prominent. They are not subletting themselves to the group. It's called Itaretara Yogaha. This is Samarthyam. The two are going, but they are going in such a way that still their individuality is not lost. This will become Rama Lakshmanau Gacchataha. Rama Lakshmanau Gacchataha. And then the last one, the last example, which is that Samaharaha. Samaharaha. The example which they give here, I showed to you. The example which is given here is, let me see. Okay, this was this one here. Right. Yes. Oh. Yes, you Kalpesh. Oh.
Satish, I think I'm not very much I still have a doubt between that Samuchaya and this one. So if at all I were to say Harincha Guruncha Gacchataha, or rather Ramascha Lakshmanascha.
No, if you say Harishcha Gurushcha Gacchataha, then they had to be going together, simultaneously, together. Not that, when the example I gave you, Ishwaramcha Gurumcha Bhajasva, this one here, it is the, look at the explanation in the Kaumudi, Paraspara, Nirapekshasya, Anekasya, Ekasmin Anvayaha. You keep Nirapekshasya, they have no connection with each other. Okay. One does not tie with the other, So it is not like Hari and Guru, are there and you worship both of them. You worship Hari, then maybe later on, different place, different time, somewhere, maybe you can worship the Guru also. Not togetherness. Not together. We say together. Simple things together. Are you worshiping them together or not? I think that's the key. So when Rama and Lakshmana go together, that is the Samarthyam. Let's say Rama goes in the morning, Lakshmana goes somewhere else evening. You can still they're both going, but those will not qualify for a compound. You cannot say Rama Lakshmana Gacchataha. When one went at one time, one went another time, not together. When they didn't go together, that is not a compound. That's the basic difference between these two. And the last one they given is that Sanya Paribhasham. Sanya cha Paribhasha cha. Sanya Paribhasham. Sanya Paribhasham. So this is what is given is here that this is a Sanya Prakaranam. Sanya means, of course, all the namings in the Ashtadhyayi and Paribhasha. So they are a group called Sanya Paribhasham. So here what has happened is that the group of these is more important than the individual members. The group of Sanya, the Sanya and the Paribhasha is there. So Sanyascha Paribhashascha, and you can say Etesham or Tesham Samaharaha. So the Vivakshita is the more important here is the group, not the individual members. Then it becomes a Samaharaha. We are going to see today in detail, not maybe today, maybe in the next class, is when do Samaharas have to be formed. So this is not, there is a science to it, and Paulini has put, I think only gave you in last class for homework, is that these from 242 to 2416 are the specific rules that Paulini says that the Samahara has to be formed. Again, there are some optional rules over here, and then there are some where Samahara cannot be formed. So basically, this we're going to come to it maybe in the next class. If we have time today, maybe end of today's class, and we're going to look at all these rules. which qualifies for making the grouping, in which the group is treated singularly, and that is the individual. So anudbhuta vajavaha. The samasa is that individual members don't express their personality individually, but the group is expressed. So anyway, so this is sanya paribhasham.
Satishji, you're going to proceed with sanya paribhasham? Because
yes,
I wanted to ask you whether, for completeness sake, you're going to talk about aneka uttehe hotrupotru from the.
Yeah, that's the Kamudi. Let me finish this one first. Yeah, what is that? Well, let's come to what Vasu is saying. He's saying from the Kamudi. Let's finish this one, last one here. Is samaharaha, and that is sanya paribhasham. But all these examples are very loaded examples. Always appreciate these examples. Now, why has this example been given like that? Sanya paribhasham is that, we'll come to it with more detail, is that the word is sanyascha paribhashascha, sanya paribhasham. So how it became paribhasham, that is the example which is given illustrates the nature of the samahara dvandvaha. The example which is given is that. So now, bodhanartham, samahara samasasya dharman bodhayitum idam udaharanam nyastam atra. It is given here, which is upanyastam. This example is given. What dharma is there of the samahara is that, of course, it is ekavachanam. It's also napumsakam. So by 241, the samahara dvandva is ekavachanam. It's a group. And don't forget, by 2417, it's napumsakam. Makes it napumsakam. So this napumsakam, then what happens? So what if it's napumsakam? Because we talked in the last class, I think, is that because of the sutram, which says that rasso napumsake pratipadikasya, 1247. Rasso napumsake pratipadikasya. When the pratipadikam is napumsakam, then it becomes rastvaha, of course, alontyasya, which if it's ajantam pratipadikam, rastva can only be of ach, only it can be, there's no rastva dirgha of the hal. So if it's ajantam pratipadikam, it will become rasa immediately. That is, so that this is the sutram. Is that because this is the sutram due to which there is no dirghantam napumsakam pratipadikam bhashayam samskrita bhashayam na vidyate. Because anina sutrena rasa vidhanam kriyate. Any napumsakam pratipadikam is also a good thing for to remember. If you want to guess what the general pratipadikam is, it's ending in a long vowel, it cannot be napumsakam, because these are very simple rules. Try to understand. It's a very simple rule. All it says is that if you have a pratipadikam which is being used in neuter gender, then the ending vowel, if it's ending in a vowel, it should be made short. Napumsake pratipadikasya. And because by 24, this is 1247, and because by 2417 the samahara dvandva became napumsakam, so samahara dvandva also is if it's ending in a vowel, it has to become rasvaha. So these two are shown here very nicely because sanyascha paribhashascha, so tasam samaharaha, This is sanya and paribhasha are grouped together, grouping. So here we have to remind ourselves of the 2417 sanapumsakam. Any new sutram, please repeat 1, 2, 5, 10, 1500 times. Sanapumsakam. Then rasvo napumsake pratipadikasya. And in fact, we are going to also see a sutram which is saw, I think, briefly last time. Anantaram sutram, next sutram, which is gostriyo rupasarjanasya. I think we saw it briefly last time. These are both important. They are both going to be important for us in the samasa prakriya. This is going to be more in Bahuvari compounds, this one. This is in the samahara dvandva. So in the samahara. So this is going, and also in the Drigu compound. Anyway, we're going to come to this more, so don't worry about these details too much, but try to absorb some of these concepts, because for the entire next year, we're going to we're going to need these. We're going to need these. So, what is Vasu saying now? Vasu is saying that this sutram, Chatya Dvandva, as we looked at in the class in the beginning, it has anuvritti of anekam. Anekamanya padarthe. Anekamanya padarthe. Now, what is the significance of that? Why not just take only 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and, then make it a compound? What difference will it make? What's the big deal? Anekam. Why can't I just take 2 and 2 together and first take 2, then form a compound, then make another one, make compound of 3, a compound of 4. So this is what the Kaumudi is saying on that. Bhattaji says the Kaumudi is the following. In fact, let's see. Okay, let me read out to you. Aneka uktehe. Because anekam is coming down, what is significance? Hotru, potru, neshtodgataraha. So hota, neshta, and udgata. The Pali wording is hotru, potru, neshtu, and udgatru. This is what would happen if you do it anekam. If you do a simultaneous compounding, the final compound will be hotru, potru, neshtodgataraha. Then the next he says is that dvayor dvandvam krutva. If you make 2 and 2, punar dvandvetu hota pota neshtodgataraha. Become hota pota neshtodgataraha. Now what is happening here? Okay, this sutra we're going to see later on in the lesson. We have not done this sutra. We can this example we will not be able to appreciate right now, but let me just point out, since Vasu asked the question. Let me point out what is happening here is that this, if you look in the book on the next page, okay, the next page on the book, I think it's coming up here. Here, look at the next page of the book, and he says that when 2 members ending in ru denote blood relationship or based on learning, the first changes the ru to a. So it became vaktata shota vakta shota rao, mata pitarao, and then but it has to be based on this learning or based on a nyati sambandha. Now when we only take 2 together, what happens is that then for each of these, they will become the akaraha, Vasu. So when you take 2 together, it will first become, if you take first hotru and potru together, then hotru will become hota. Then again you compound together with the neshtru, it will become hota pota again. And then because see if you take hotru and potru first, hotru becomes hota. Now that compound with next one, neshtru, become hota pota. That will compound the last one, become hota pota neshta. But if you take all of them together, only the first one will become into an akaraha, not its succeeding one, because only the first one is 6325 sutram. Sutram is 6325. Again, we'll come to it later on in the book. So right now, we'll remind ourselves of this example when you come there. Is anangrito dvandve, the sutram here. So if you take them all together, only one, the first will become hota. That's all. No, sorry. Yes. Is ukter hotru potru neshtodgataraha. That is what will come. That will become. So hotru potru neshtodgataraha. Only neshta will become that one.
Satish,
I shouldn't say first. I'm sorry. The prior to the last part. Yeah, with me 1 second. I think I made a mistake. Is the one, because, excuse me. Okay, let me clarify. 1 second. Okay, is that the 631 says Uttarapade. Uttarapade. I think we talked about this before. Is that this adhikar Uttarapade goes in 6.3. In the very beginning, we talked about this. Is this adhikar Uttarapade is going to be very useful to us in this samasa prakaranam. It tells you what happens, if anything, what changes take place in the Purva Padam when Uttara Padam is following. Okay, so now if you have many compounding together, only the second last one will qualify for this adhikara 6.3. It's Uttara Pade. Uttara Padam is the last one. So this is telling you, normally when you have only 2, So we say what happens to the first one when the second one follows. But if we have many, then what this means is that what happens to the second last one, Uttarapade, when the last one is following. That's what it's saying. So completing Vasu's question is that if you compound them all together, only the second last one will become the Akaraha by 6325. 6325. Anangruto Dvandve. So then the compounding together will be Potru Potru Neshtodgataraha. If you make it Dvayor Dvayor Dvandvam Krutva, Punar Dvandve tu, Pota Pota Neshtodgataraha. They will turn by turn become Akaraha. I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly or not, but I hope you understand some of this. Is that what is the significance of Anekam? What difference does it make if it's Anekam or not Anekam? I can always take 2 by 2 and keep on compounding like that. So what is the significance of Anekam? To explain that, this example is given is that if you do it, take 2 by 2, keep on adding 1, 1, then at each time you'll have Uttarapadam and the prior one will take some operations. If you take them all together, then only the second last one will take the operation, only once. The others will not qualify for Uttarapade. So that is what is being given the reason. Anekam has significance. Anekam has significance. It's not a redundant thing. I'll give it to Vasu. I know your question, Vasu, but let me just put this, since we refer to Sutram, we are going to look at later on. Just go ahead, Vasu.
Yeah, I'm glad you explained that, because I was not very clear whether it is a continuous explanation past Sanya Paribhasham. And
that's finished.
That is finished, and this is the end of the Chate Dvandvecha.
You got it. Chate Dvandva. So why Anekam is what explained. This is a separate topic.
Thanks.
Separate topic. Okay, so that's what this one. So this sutram we're going to see later on is the say Rukarantanam. This is a lot of typos over here. Let me read from my book. Okay, a lot of typos in this text. Someday we can correct this text on this online text. Luckily, thanks to Ravi and Kalpesh, we got it, at least we got it online. But there are too many typos in this one to, I don't want to make any mistakes. So okay, I'll read from the book. Okay, this 6325 says that first is sutram, which is a typo here. It should be Anang. Anang Rutva Dvandve Rukarantanam Vidya Yoni Sambandha Vachinam Yo Dvandvaha Tatra Uttarapade Purapadasya Anangadesha Bhavati. Like Mata Pitarau, Mata cha Pita cha Mata Pitarau. Anyway, so that was the signal of Anekam. We'll come back to this. Now today's topic is going to be the Puranipataha. So Puranipata. In a compound, how would you decide? Okay, let's come back to the book. Let me show where are we in the book. In the book we are right now at this point. We just finished this one about on the next page. We are on this page 119. We talked about this one. Itaritra Yogaha. Talked about Samahara Dvandva. We'll come to details in the next page about which have to be Samahara. Let's come to the next page. Make a correction here, please. Should be Pani cha Padau. Normally you have 2 hands, 2 legs. So Pani cha Padau cha. And Ete Sham Samaharaha Pani Padam Ha. And now we are talking about the order of words. How does Panini tell us which Padam should be the Pura Padam in the compound? This is a very important concept. Please pay attention for 5 minutes. We're going to use this in every single compound. In every single compound, a decision has to be made for Puranipataha. Puranipataha means, so which will be the Uttarapadam, which will be the Purapadam. So Katham Nishchaya Kartavyaha. So there is this Panini has this device called Upasarjanam. Upasarjanam. I think we talked in last level. It's very, very important concept. So please make a note of it. Is that the Prathama Nirdishtam Samasa Upasarjanam. Prathama Nirdishtam Samasa Upasarjanam. Very important sutram. Prathama Nirdishtam Samasa Upasarjanam. This Padacheda is, of course, Prathama Nirdishtam, which is indicated by the Prathama. samase upasarjanam, in a compound. So that term gets the upasarjana sanya, which is prathama nirdishtam. So samasa vidhayaka sutre, the prathama nirdishtam, indicated by the prathama and samasa vidhayaka sutram, gets the upasarjana sanya. Now, I'm going to give an example which is not from this Dvandva compound, because, okay, let's talk about Dvandva compound. What happens is Charte Dvandva Anekam. Now, Anekam Anuvritti is coming down into this Charte Dvandva. We talked about that. So now what's happening is that many Subandhas can be compounded together. Now, Anekam is Prathama Nirdishtam, so all of them will get the Upasarjana Sanya. In the Dvandva compound, because Anekam is Prathama Nirdishtam, Sarvesham Padanam Upasarjana Sanya Prapyate Bhavati. So all of them get Upasarjana Sanya. Normally what we do is that Upasarjanam Purvam. Upasarjanam Purvam is the one which Upasarjana Sanya which has, that will go up as a prior member. So that is one more time. One more time. Is that Prathama Nirdishtam Samasa Upasarjanam. 1243. Upasarjanam Purvam. So Upasarjanam is a technical term. Upasarjanam has also, of course, has Laukika Artha also. It can be in the Gavana Padam, not the Mukhya Padam. But that's not, so, but Panini is defining. Panini is defining Upasarjanam in a technical manner, which is this one, again, one more time, it's worth repeating, is Samasa Nirdishtam, Prathama Nirdishtam, Samasa Upasarjanam, and then comes Upasarjanam Purvam, Please don't forget this sequence. Any compound, you should ask, what is Prathama Nirdishtam in the Samasa Vidhayaka Sutre? And after that, you can ask, is that going first? That should be going first. Now, let me give you an example quickly of a different kind of compound, because in the Dvandva compound, I said we're going to get all of them having the Upasarjana Sanya. That's why we're going to need some other rules. We need some Anya Vidhanam Apekshate Atra. There are going to be some other rules required here to tell us which to put first. That's the topic of today's class. Today's class, we're going to talk about that. But before we get to that, actually, I want to show you one time how this would work in most of the compounds. Let's take a simple example quickly, okay? And this might be a little bit outside of today's domain, but I want to give you, at least show you how this works. Take this one, 2157. Visheshanam Visheshyena Bahulam. This is very simple sutram for the Karmadharya compound. You can take an adjective, Visheshanam, Visheshyena, and compound it with the term that is qualifying, the term being qualified, Visheshyam, Visheshyena Bahulam. Bahulam means Samasyate. In many different ways it can compound. So you can also extend this sutram a little bit. But let's just focus on this one. Visheshanam, Visheshyena. Really, Visheshanam is Prathama Ekavachanam. Visheshyena is Titya Ekavachanam. Take a simple example. Surashuraha cha asau purushascha. A brave man, a brave man. So Shura Purushaha. Now, which is the Visheshanam? It is Shuraha. Which is the Visheshyam, the thing to be qualified, Purushaha. So Visheshanam is Samasa Vidhayaka Sutre, Visheshanam iti Prathama Nirdishtam. Indicated Prathama. Not the exact word Visheshana, but indicated by the word Visheshanam is any adjective, not that specific word Visheshana, but an adjective. So Prathama Nirdishtam. So indicated by the Prathama, which is Visheshanam, that will get the Sanya of Upasarjanam, Upasarjanam Purvam. So one more time. This is a sutram for a Karmadharya compounds. We have not done this so far. So, but I think the concept is simple, is that in the Samasa, and why are we going here? Because we cannot give an example from Dvandva Samasa, because there every Padam has Upasarjana Sanya. Just so we're going to spend the rest of today's class talking about how we're going to do the Vyavastha in Dvandva compound. But for the time being, giving an example from which is not Dvandva, just to illustrate how this would normally work. How this normally works is that you take the Samasa Vidhayaka Sutram, in this case Visheshanam, Visheshyena Bahulam, in that Sutram which authorizes the compound, which is the Padam, which is Prathama Nirdishtam, which is Prathama Vibhakti in the Sutram. It might be Anuvritti also. Maybe Anuvritti, may not be, Sakshat Prachitam Sutre. And then that term, indicated by that term, is going to get the upasajana sanya, upasajanam purvam. So the adjective gets upasajana sanya. The thing which is being qualified, that is not the upasajana sanya. So therefore, the adjective goes first. So 1 to 43, 2 to 30, 1 to 43, 2 to 30, 1 to 43, 2 to 30, 1 to 43, 2 to 30. So when you take an example like Shurap, so normally we can make a decision. About the Purunipataha, by this process, two-step process, which is the Purunipataha, by using 1 to 43, which is Prathamanidishtam Samasupajanam, along with 2 to 30. Example is that you use a simple example like Shura Purushaha. Shura is the adjective, Visheshanam, Visheshena Bahulam. So that Shura adjective will get the Pusana Sanya, Pusanam Purvam. So reference is 2157. Okay. Now this doesn't work in our case because of the Anekam. Anekam iti anuvartate. Sarvesham padanam Dvandva samase Pusajana Sanya bhavati. Tasmat karanat Purunipata vyavastham kartum na shakyate. It's not possible to make the vyavastha by this. Then what do we do? Accordingly, as Vishesha Niyamaha, Trayaha Niyamaha, the three, actually the four rules over here. Okay, let's take these. Let's try to understand these three. It's a bit of a complicated concept, so it is. Anyway, we have to do this in detail because this is Vyakaram. There are Panini has these rules. So let's see. Well, actually, they're not that complicated as such, but they interact with each other, so there is some overlap. Okay. Anyway, let's start. There are three. So it's a sutra trayam. Three rules. Dvandveghi, ajadyadantam, alpachtaram. Okay. Let's take dvandveghi. Anuvritti of saying is that the upasajanam purvam. So is anuvritti of this purvam. So which should go purvam is being decided here. So let's look at 2 to 32. Upasajanam purvam. Sorry. Dvandveghi. Specifically in a Pani saying in a Dvandva compound. These are the rules now. In a Dvandva compound, what should go first? So focus on what topic. Topic is that we are simply deciding which should be the first Purapadam, which should be the Uttarapadam. So Dvandveghi. Prathama niyama Dvandveghi. What does that say, Dvandveghi? It's straightforward. Is that Puramiti vartate. Anuvritti of Puram is coming down. Dvandve samase, which is what is the Prakritam, the current topic. Ghiyantam Purvam Proktavyam. So if you have, for example, this Patu Guptau. So Patu and Gupta. Now in that case, what happens is that let's remind ourselves, what is the Ghi Sanya come from? Shesho Ghi Sakhi. Now you see how this Sanya is so important. Sanya is very important to know what this Sanya stands for. Of course, I hope all of you are following the examples every day coming to you from the Saturday class list. So we have done the Ghi Sanya many times. Shesho Ghi Sakhi. So it is that any term ending in the short E or U, that sutram is by 147. Shesho Ghi Sakhi. So that means that in these Prajapadikkam ending in the Rasva Ikarantam or Rasva Ukarantam. Rasva comes down. Not the Prajapadikkam Sakhi. It doesn't have the Nadi Sanya. So Sheshaha. Tarhi tasya Ghi Sanya bhavati. Like Hari, Guru, now these are all going to get the Vari, Madhu, you're going to get the Ghi Sanya. So one more time. If you have a Rasva Ikarantam, Rasva Ukarantam Prajapadikkam. Yasya Sakhi Varjam, not Sakhi. So Sakhi will not get the Ghi Sanya. And then if it doesn't have the Nadi Sanya, just the Ghi Sanya. So Nadi Sanya, anyway, let's not worry. So let's keep it simple right now. Let's take this example like this one, which is put Patu Gupta. So Patu and Gupta. Now in this case, of course, only Patu is ending in the Ukaraha, just to Ukaraha. That's going to get the, and Nadi Sanya comes when, by the way, Niti Raswascha, Niti. So that is not going to come here because you get mostly, you're going to get Prathama only. When you do the Samasa Vigraha Vakyam, you're going to get the Prathama. You can say, Dhenuscha, so it'll be Cha, so Dhenu is Prathama. So this Niti Raswascha doesn't come. So Nadi Sanya doesn't really affect us right now. So that's only come when the Pratyaya, Nit Pratyaya follows. So you can keep it simple right now. If you have Rasva Ukarantam, Atva Rasva Ikarantam Pradipradikam, Sakhi Varjam, which will be Sakhi Varjam, means which doesn't have Sakhi, not Sakhi. The remaining will get the Gi Sanya in this context. And Patu and Gupta, Patu will go first. Mrudu and Gupta, Mrudu will go first because this has the Mrudu has Gi Sanya, Patu has Gi Sanya, become the first member. So far, so good. Okay, we're going to start slow. You're going to build up into some complications. So please pay attention. So the first thing is that, one more time, is that if one padam has the Gi Sanya, other one doesn't, in that case, the Gi Sanya come Purvam. That the one which has Gi Sanya will get Purvam. Now what's the next sentence? The next sentence which says is that, in fact, what is the example that Kaumudi gave Dvandve Ghi? Says Harishcha Harashcha Hariharau. Harishcha Harashcha Hariharau. So Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva, when you compound them together like that in this kind of compound, this Kaumudi example Bhattoji gives is that Harishcha Harashcha. So Hari plus Su is a Alaukika Vigraha. So that's Vishnu plus Su and Hara plus Su. And that's what we're going to get is that we're going to get Hari Harau. Not Hara Hari. Not Hara Hari, but Hari Harau. Hari Harau. Hari Harau. Okay. So this is the Dvandveghi. Okay. Now, this is simple so far. now start some complications. And the complication is that the first complication, let's look at this one. And what Kashika says is that Aneka Praptau Ekasya Niyamaha Sheshetva Niyamaha. One more time. Aneka Praptau. Now, what if there's more than one term which has the Gi Sanya? Let's say you're compounding 3 or more together. And one, or maybe, let's say compounding 3 or more terms together. And 2 or more terms have the Gi Sanya now. Now, what do we do? Which one do you put the first? So this is like a Vartikam or Vyakyan we can take it is that Aneka Praptau. So when the situation is such that many are coming with the Gi Sanya, Ekasya Niyamaha. Only one, any one of those which are Gi Sanya will go first. And then Sheshe tu Anyamaha. Remaining can be put anywhere. One more time. If you're compounding 3 or more terms, and if you have one which has the Gi, 2 or more having Gi Sanya, take any one which has the Gi Sanya, put it first. The remaining can be put in any order. Any order. Doesn't mean the Gis have to come in the remaining ones. Doesn't mean the Gi has to come first anymore. They can put in any order. So, Patu, Mrudu, Shuklaha. Patu is skillful, Mrudu is soft, Shukla is white, of course. So, Patu and Mrudu have the Gi Sanya. Shukla doesn't. You can make it Patu, Mrudu, Shuklaha, Athva, Patu, Shukla, Mrudavaha. So you can even put the Shukla and first and Mrudu second. Similarly, you could put Mrudu first, then Shukla and Patu can go any order. So you can take any one which has the Gi Sanya, and this you can take Patu. Put Patu first, but the remaining 2 can be in any order now. So Patu, Mrudu, Shuklaha, Atha Patu, Shukla, Mrudavaha. So Sheshe Niyama Nasti. There's no Niyamaha in the remaining ones. This is the first complication now. Aneka Praptau Ekasya Niyamaha Sheshetva Niyamaha. That is one thing. So this is like a Vartikam on 2 to 30. It's going to get more complicated. Okay, I'm sorry, but we have to go through this. This is the so put this one here is Aneka Praptau Ekasya Niyamaha Sheshetva Niyamaha. Let's see what the Kaumudi example is. Is that Hari Guru Haraha, Hari Hara Guravaha, Hari Hara Guravaha. When you take the compound 3 together, you can put any one of them first. You can make it Hari, you can make it Guru. Hari and Guru both have the Ghi Sanya. Hari Guru Haraha, Hari Guru Haraha, Athava. You can also make it, Hari Hara, Hari Hara Guravaha, Hari Hara Guravaha, Guravaha. You could also, of course, make it, Guru, Hari Haraha. So you can make it this one, you can make it like this, so you can make it like this. You can reverse these two. You can put Guru first now, put Guru, then put Hari, Guru Hari Haraha, Guru Hari Haraha. That will be 1, 1. Guru Hari, okay, Guru Hari Haraha. And you can similarly make it also the Guru Hara Harayaha. Guru Hara Harayaha could also be done. So you can make Guru first again, you can make Hara as second, and then make it Harayaha. Harayaha. Okay, so one more time. Aneka praptau vekasya niyamaha sheshetu niyamaha. And a question from Indu. Yes, Indu.
So is this the Vartikam for 2 to 30 or 32, Sadishi? Is it for Dvandvegi?
Because the Dvandvegi, because the two.
No, is this the Vartikam for Dvandvegi or is it for the 2 to 30? 30 is Upasarjanam Purvam.
No, Dvandvegi, because when two items or more have the Ghi Sanya, this is
right.
In the context of Ghi only.
Okay. So you just have to change the number because I thought, I didn't know if it was Vartikam.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Did I put the wrong number? Oh, yes, sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, correct. Thank you. Yes, wrong number. Sankhya. Dushta Sankhya. It should be 32. Dvandvegi. I'm sorry. Yes, thank you. So wrong number. Dvandvegi is, thank you. This is 2 to 32. Okay, not the wrong number here. So Dvandvegi. Okay. So anyway, this is what you get. You get Hari, Guru Haraha, Hari Hara Guravaha, Guru Hari Haraha, Guru Hara Harayaha. So that's this first Vatikam which says that Aneka Papto Vekasya Niyamaha Sheshyoto Nimaha. Your next sutram, so this is one sutram. Okay, one sutram. Next sutram says that, next sutram is going to be Ajadyadantam, which is a term which is Ajadi, and also Adantam, which means that it is ending in short akara, rasva akarantam. That should go first. Now, right off the bat, your question now. Did this sutram have more authority? So, balavattaraha, atha puram sutram balavattaram. When these two going to conflict now, let's say you have this compound like Indra and Vayu, okay, Indra and Vayu. Now, Indra is going to be Ajadi, Adantam, Indra. Vayu has the Ghi Sanya now. There's a conflict now. Because 233 is saying put Indra first. Because he is Ajadi, Adantam. And Purna Sutrena, Guru, so you can say, Vayu Shabdasya, Purnipataha Prapyate. So you can now see, which one do you do now? Remember our old friend, which is the Vipatishade Parankajam. The Vipatishada is there, then the, 142. Vipatishade Parankajam is when the Vipatishada is Parankajam. So the later rule has more authority. So of course we'll go through some examples, but if there's a conflict between this one, Ajadyadantam, and Dvandvegi, then the Ajadyadantam has more authority. Ajadyanantam. So Ajadi Adantam. So which is Ajadi and Adantam. The vritti of that is that, let's see what the Kashika says, vritti. So if you have a term which is beginning with a vowel, ending with a akaraha, that should be placed first in a dvandva compound. It's only for dvandvas. Okay, let's not confuse that. We'll talk about dvandvas only. because of the fact that Upasana Purvam failed us. Upasana Purvam failed. That's the only reason why we're coming here now. Okay. Ajadi adantam shabda rupam. Dvandve samase puram proktavyam. Sorry, prayoktavyam. Ushtrakharam. So ushtrascha kharascha. A camel and donkey. Now who goes first now? Ushtrakharam. Who goes first? Ajadyadantam is the ushtra is beginning with a vowel ach, which is ukaraha. Also is akarantam. The khara in akara, that's okay, but it doesn't begin with a vowel. In khara, we have adantam shabdarupam, parantu ajadi nasti. Tasmat ushtra shabdaha purvam nipatyate. So ushtra kharam. And it has given some other, again the same Vatikam now. Bahushu anyamaha, the same complication now. If you have many terms, and there are two or more, which are ajadi and adantam, then what do we do? So there is no Indra Ratha Ashvaha. So Indra, Ratha and Ashwa. Now you have Indra also, which is beginning with a vowel, ending with a short akara. So is Ashwa. Of course, Ratha doesn't qualify because it is not beginning with a vowel. You can put Indra first, and then you can make the other ones, So Ashwaratha Indraha, Indratha Ashvaha, they can be compounded in different ways. So the Bahushu Aniyamaha, Ashwaratha Indraha, Indra Ashwarathaha. So they can be compounded. So we have to just put one of them first, and the remaining they can go in any way that they want. The common example is that Isha Krishna. This Kaumudi is very tactful. Before he put Lord Vishnu first and put Lord Shiva second, so not to upset the devotees of Lord Vishnu, he gives a new example here, which says this is just a small topic, but it says Isha, so it becomes Isha Krishna. Isha Krishna. So he says Isha Krishna, because Isha has the it is ajadi, it begins with the ikaraha, and adantam, so it becomes Isha Krishna. So this is 2 to 33 ajadyadantam, and this is more powerful than Vegji. Also same niyamaha, bhoshva niyamaha means if you have many of them, just take one of them which ajadyadantam, put it first, remaining there is then you can be no. So it can become Ashwarathendraha, Indra Ashwarathaha. You can do it in different ways. Now, there's another Vartika in the Kaumudi, if I just told you about, is Jiyantad, Ajadyadantam Vipadishedhena, Indragni. Indragni means that if you have a Ajadyadantam, you also have a term with the Gisanya, because of Vipadishede Parankaryam, you have to make it Indragni, not Agnindrao. So Indragni means that you have to give more weightage to the Ajadyadantam. Indragni. So this means that 2 to 33 Ajadyadantam, overrides the 2 to 32. Okay, so far not too bad still.
Satishji.
Now it gets more complex.
Agni is also ajadi, right?
Adantam, ending in
Just the akara. Okay.
Adantam.
Okay.
So rasva akarantam. So anything which is G will not be adantam, because G means it's ending in E and U, right? So
I confused it for ajadi.
Ajadi is correct. It has to be both. Ajadi adantam. Ajadi cha adantam cha. It has to be together. It has to be both. It cannot be just ajadi adantam. It has to be with a vowel and end in a short akara. Okay. So anything which has Gi will never get that, because Gi is ending in rasva ikarantam, so rasu karantam. Adantam na syat. So Gi sanyakam adantam na bhavati. Okay, now comes the next one, which is the complicated one, and this is complicated, not so complicated, it's simple, but a lot of Vatikan in here. Okay, so please bear with me and enjoy this one. Alpashtaram, Alpashtaram, Dvandve, same thing. Alpashtaram, Shabda Rupam, Dvandve Samase Purvam Prayoktavyam. Not too bad, straightforward, means that which has fewer vowels, that will go first in the compound. One more time, very simple, straightforward, which has, in a Dvandva compound, the term which has fewer vowels will go first, other one will go second. Now, what happens when we have the conflict again with the prior ones? What happens when you have conflict with the prior ones? Now, again, this is also parakaryam to the others. So this should override, this will override the others also. When alpashtaram is a parakaryam. So when you have this conflict, then you will have to give this one the priority of alpashtaram. Alpashtaram. So let's put example is given here, straightforward example, which is the plakshascha nyagrodhascha plaksha nyagrodhau. So that's what we're saying. So plaksha. These are vriksha namani, which is trees, vriksha visheshau. Plakshascha nyagrodhascha. Now plaksha has only two vowels, plaksha. Nyagrodha has three vowels. So therefore, this plaksha will go first, nyagrodha will go second. Plaksha nyagrodha. Then dhavascha khadirascha, dhava khadira palashaha, which means that we have dhava. These are also names of trees. Dhava has two vowels, dhava. Khadira has three vowels, khadira. Then palasha has three vowels. So of course, dhava is the alpashtaram. Again the same thing, bhaushvanyamaha, bhaushvanyamaha. So you can have shankha dundubhi veenaha. So shankha has two vowels, dundubhi has three vowels, veena has four vowels, two vowels again, two vowels. There are two of them now, which is shankha and veena. So now either one can go first. Veena, shankha, dundubhayaha. Put any one of them first, remaining there is no niyama for the remaining. Bhoshva niyamaha. So the same qualification again is once you put niyama on one of them, then the remaining ones they don't have niyama. Okay, so let's put this one, and now let's give a simple example first, which is the plaksha nyagrodhau, plaksha nyagrodhau, plaksha nyagrodhau, plaksha nyagrodhau. You will understand now the examples are not trivial. You will see why in a second, because there are going to come a lot of other rules, vatikams, which should not upset these examples, should not accept the examples. There are going to be more things coming here. Plaksha nyagrodhau. I'm sorry, nyagrodhau. Plaksha nyagrodhau. So this is going to be alpashtaram, alpashtaram, alpash. Before we go ahead, recall these three is that dvandve ghi, ghi antam puram nipachyate, alpashtaram, balavattaram sutram is more important, which says that anything which is ajadi and adantam, that will get priority going first. Then alpashtaram, which has fewer number of vowels, goes first. So now look at the examples given in the prior thing. Now you understand when you look at these prior examples you're giving, all of them had the same number of vowels, by the way. When we did Hari Hara, when we did Hari Guru Hara, or when we took the Isha Krishna, they all, when we did Indragni, they all had two vowels. So we could not use alpashtaram to make the purnipata nishtayaha. So that's why I'm saying that these examples are chosen with care, because the later rules which are more important should not override these prior in these examples. So when Hari and Hara were compounded, both had two vowels. Then when Guru came, also two vowels. Isha Krishna, also two vowels. Indra Agni, also two vowels each. But here now, Plaksha nyagrodhau, there are two vowels here, three vowels here. Okay, again the same Vartikam, Bhaushva Nyamaha. Now comes these sets of words. In fact, let's go to the book. Okay, I'm sorry, we lost track of the book. Okay, the order of words in Dvandva come. I mean, we are on page number 119 on the bottom. Okay, the words beginning with a vowel, and see this being, he's being tactful here now. He put number one. He put number one as the later rule because he knows it has more importance. So words beginning with a vowel, ajadi, ending in akar, adantam, should get the first place. Dhenuscha ashvascha. In fact, here he already put dhenu, which has the ghi sanya now. Dhenuscha ashvascha. He already put this example with the conflict right here. Because you have the ajadi adantam padam, ashvaha, ashva, and dhenu has the ghi sanya. So now, but dhenuscha ashvascha ashvadhenu, ashvadhenu. Then he says when the previous rule finds no application because of the iptadishede parankaryam. Then words ending in e or u, rasva ikarantam rasuk, with the ghi sanyakam, should get the first place. Induscha suryascha, indu suryo. Also notice how he's carefully avoiding anything with not the same number of vowels, because that will be disqualified, because not disqualified, be overruled by the next sutram, alpashtaram. So dhenu has 2 vowels, ashva has 2 vowels, indu has 2 vowels, surya has 2 vowels. How? So a cow and a horse and the moon and the sun, indu surya. So the indu and surya, even the surya is ending in akara, is not ajadi. Indu is ajadi but not akarantam. So it has to be indu surya because indu has a ghi sanya. Now comes the next one. Words having few syllables are placed first. Okay, that's what he says. Now the okay, let's see one. Let's take one vartikam here. One vartikam is that lagvaksharam purvam nipatati iti vaktavyam. One more time. Lagvaksharam. Lagu. What is lagu? Lagu means rasva, which is not followed by sanyoga. Is lagu aksharam. Because of the, we have the sanya sutrani, we call a memory. We say sanyoge guru. Sanyoge guru. So if rasva is followed by a sanyoga, it becomes guru. Sanyoge guru. So when you say lagu, it has to be a rasva, which is not sanyoga paraha, not followed by sanyoga. So these are sanya sutrani. Sanyoge guru. Sanyoge guru, sanyoge guru, sanyoge guru. 1411. Sanyoga. Rasva lagu, sanyoge guru. Dirgham cha. So every dirgham is guru. Rasva can go 2 ways. So rasva and dirgha doesn't require any context. There's no context. When you have u, it will always be dirgha. E, a. You don't need to know what is falling. We have it always be rasva. But to know if of course dirgha will always be guru. There also is no need to know the context. So dirgha sya guru sanya bhavati, sada bhavati. Parantu rasva aschi chet sanyoge pare gurur bhavati. Asanyoge pare lagur bhavati. So it will be like that. So when you have a rasva, which of course doesn't need any context, but to determine whether it is lagu or guru, you need the context. So you have to now decide whether it's lagu or guru. So anyway, this Vartikam says, lagvaksharam. So remind yourself of the 1410, 1411 is rasvaha guru, rasva lagu, sanyoge guru. Rasam lagu, sanyoge guru. So lagvaksharam purva nipadati. So now it's a complication now. Is kusha kasham. Kusha and kasha when you compound, then what's happening now? Can we use the prior rules first of all? Nothing has the ghi sanya here. Neither kusha nor kasha has ghi sanya. None of them is ajadi anyway. Adantam but not ajadi. So prior rules have no application. Now alpashtaram. Both have, 2 ach in them. So dvavachau vartete. Kusha shabde, kasha shabde. So you cannot do vyavastha by that. But say, what is lagu now? The ukara is lagu, while the akara in kasham is guru. So lagvaksharam puram, that which is lagu aksharam, will go Purvam. So Kushakasham. Then Sharashadam. So these examples are given. So when one has a Laghu and other one doesn't have a Laghu, Laghu Ach, then it become, so that one which is Laghu Ach will go first. So Lagvaksharam Puram Nipatati iti Vaktavyam. And what is the example in Kaumudi is that Kushakasham, same example. Okay, Kushakasham. Let's take this Vartikam. This Vartikam, we need that. So that's what's coming in the book, by the way. That's the next thing in the book, is that among the words having the same number of syllables, the ones that come first, which has more short syllables. It means Laghu here. What does it mean? Laghu, Laghu. Short means, in this case, not Rasa, but Laghu. So Munishcha Vidvanscha. Munishcha Vidvanscha. Mudi Vidvanso. Mudi Vidvanso. Because that V in Vidvat, Vidvan is followed by the Sanyoga. So the Ikara of V is Guru because of Sanyoga. So this Ikara of V is a Guru because of this Sanyoga Guru. While the U and this Ukara, Ika is Laghu in Muni. So Muni Vidvam, so Muni Vidvam, so. Now again, check the prior examples. And first, let's put it in the document first, okay? You put this one. So this one is the Lagvaksharam Puram Nipatati iti Vaktavyam. Lagvaksharam Puram Nipatati iti Vaktavyam. So, okay. That is the Vartikam on 2234. The first Vartikam, 2234. 2234. 2234 is the Vartikam on that, Vartikam. And the example is that Kasha and Kasha. So Kasha Kashau. Kasha Kashau. Kasha Kashau. Okay, that's the example of this one. Now, look at the prior examples, by the way. Did we have that? Well, we had that. Isha Krishna. This was Guru. It was also Guru, the Sanyoga Guru. So it wouldn't help us any. Now, Guru, Hari, Hara, Agni, they were not going to help us in any, because even the example, look at the example also, the Indra Agni. Now, Indra, this E is Guru, Sanyoga Guru. Agni also, for Sanyoga also is Guru. So the examples are very, very carefully chosen. These prior examples are carefully chosen so that this 2 to 34 doesn't smash them out, 2 to 34. This is Parakar, 2 to 34 is Parakar. So start with 2 to 34. See first of all if there is the, Alpashtaram will help you out. Start from there. If it helps you out, then you don't have to worry too much of the prior ones. Even there, look at the Lagvaksharam. Can that help you out? That you can use that one. If it don't help you out, then you have to go to the Ajajadantam. That also doesn't work. And we then have to go to Dvandveghi. See, in these examples, Dvandveghi, which we saw, Hari and Hara, unfortunately, nothing helps us. They both have 2 vowels. They're also Laghu is here. They're not Ajajadantam. So now, so 2, 3, there's no Guru. I mean, the Laghu are same. Both Laghu are there. So here, neither 2 to 34, nor the Vartikam, nor 2 to 33, nothing helps us. So then we come to Dvandveghi. Dvandveghi. Okay. Now it gets a little bit more complicated now. So let's go back to the book. What it says is that among the words having the same number of syllables, one comes first which has more short syllables. What he means is Laghu. Munishcha Vidvanscha. Mudi Vidvanso. Now comes the next page where we have some more fun, which is that the irregular. No, not this one. Okay. Now names of seasons and planets keep their normal order. Okay. What is Vartikam now? Is this Vartikam should be here. Ritu Nakshatranam Anupurvena Samana Aksharanam Purnipato Vaktavyaha. One more time. The Kaumudi has it as follows. It says that Ritu Nakshatranam Samasaksharanam Anupurvena. Ritu and Nakshatra. The order of seasons, Or see, the example is that Hemant Shishira Vasantaha. Hemanta Shishira Vasantaha. So winter and spring, they, autumn, winter, spring, they come in order. So Hemanta come first, Shishira we are in Vasant Rutu right now, just started, and Happy New Year. So Shishira, we just passed it. Before that came Hemanta. So Hemanta Shishira Vasantaha. So Ritu Nakshatranam Anupurvena, but Samanaksharanam it has to be because it's Grishma Vasantau. How about that one now? Summer is not here yet. Grishma Vasantau. It has because Grishma is coming later than Vasanta. But the Grishma has only 2 ach in that. Vasanta has 3. So even though look at Anupurvena, Vasanta should get the Purnipataha, but because of the this condition of Samanakshara, now let me put this in the, let me just put this one, not go too fast, I guess. So, okay, let's put this one here, Kashaka Shau. Next Vartikam is this one, Ritu Nakshatrana. There's some typos here, 1 second. Let me just fix these typos, give me 1 second. Okay, Ritu Nakshatranam Manu Purvena Samanaksharanam. Okay. So make it, let me just double check that 1 second. There's some typos here, I'm sorry to fix these typos. Yeah, Samanaksharanam. So make it Samanaksharanam. Okay, Samanaksharanam. Okay. Purnipata Vaktavya. Okay, so example given in Kaumudi is that it is given, the example is the Hemanta Shishira Vasantaha. Hemanta Shishira Vasantaha. This example. So each of them has 3 vowels. Hemanta Shishira Vasantaha. But then Samanaksharanam iti kim. What does this one mean? This means that but we have Grishma Vasantao. Because now even though Vasanta comes before Grishma, Vasanta has 3 vowels, Grishma has 2. Alpashtaram is more important than this Vartikam, which is the Ritu Nakshatrana Manupurvena. Nakshatra also same thing. You can have like Krittika Rohinyau. Krittika and Rohini. Rohini comes later, so Krittika will come first. It becomes Krittika Rohinyau. They're also same thing. If you find 2 nakshatras which have 2 numbers, so Alpashtaram rules superior to this one. Alpashtaram has more authority than this Vartikam. This Nakshatrana Manupurvena is less important than the Alpashtaram. So let me just put this down. Krittika Rohinyau. Krittika Rohini. Okay, now gets more interesting now. This is the second Vartikam, another Vartikam. This is also a Vartikam on 234. So this is, so you see this Purnipata is a complicated topic. Dvandva compound. There are a lot of rules. Okay, so next one. Next Vartikam, I think let's see what the book has to say, is the names of the 4 castes keep their normal order. This is regardless of Alpashtaram. So you always saw, it comes in Gita. Oh, let's go to Gita. I have learned Gita today, right? Gita, what do we have in Gita? In Gita we have Brahmana Kshatriya Visham, Shudranancha Parantapa, Karmani Prayubhaktani Subhata Gunaihi. Well, you can have fun now. You can have fun with these rules because you can go through Gita and there are many Dvandva compounds everywhere. You can go and test them and see how well they follow all these rules. How well they follow. Okay, you can always now keep the list, keep this class list together, and then keep on checking. Here comes in Gita 1841, Brahmana Kshatriya Visham. Let's apply all the other rules. What should have happened here? Okay, let's start from the Alpashtaram. Brahmana has 3. Brahmana. Kshatriya has 3. Vish has only 1. Vish. Padipatikam is Vish. Just like Vish is also Padipatikam, like Vaishya. Also Vish also has a same meaning, Vaishya, same meaning, wish. So wish is to enter. One who enters the marketplaces and the fields is the wish. So now, by the rule Alpashtaram, wish should have come first, not the Brahmana. But this Vartikam overrides the Alpashtaram. So Brahmana Kshatriya Visham, in spite of Alpashtaram, it maintains this order. So Brahmana Kshatriya Vaishya Shudra order is unbreakable by this Vartikam. So let's take the Gita example put over here. Very simple thing, but the complication here is that Alpashtaram, which was more important here, Grishma Vasantau, will not break this order over here. So that's a complication now. That's a complication. So Gita example. So Brahmana Kshatriya Visham comes in Gita. What's it? 1842 was it? I know it's towards the end of the 18th chapter. Not to the end. It's just past the middle. 18th chapter is 78 shlokas. So this is just past the midpoint. So it becomes 1841. 1841. Okay. So 1841 in Gita. Okay. Let's put the Vartikam here. So let's go back to the book one more time. He says that the names of the forecast keep the normal order. And okay, next one we come in. Names of brothers follow the order of seniority. We'll come to that. Let's leave that one. This is another Vartikam. Let's just take this one right now. Names of this. So Varnanam Anupurvena. So that one is the Vartikam, which is here. Varnanam. Here it is. Varnanam Anupurvena Purnipataha. He didn't say Samanaksharanam. That's not the condition now. It only says Varnanam Anupurvena. Anupurvena. Anupurvena is in the regular order. Anupurvena Purnipataha Brahmana Kshatriya Vishudraha. So it is, and then he also clarifies Samanaksharanam iti atsana asti. So this doesn't qualify. Okay, let's put this Vartikam here. It doesn't have Samanaksharanam. That's one distinction here, one complication. So let's put the Vartikam. This is like I think the third Vartikam that we have now, right? Third Vartikam. We need one more for the book. And we need one more after also, which is actually, okay, let's do step by step. So this is one Vartikam also. 2 to 34 is Varnana Manupurvena. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Now comes the book says that the brothers, if you have brothers, they should be in order of the eldest to the youngest. That's the next Vartikam now. Again, I'm sorry, it's a lot of complications. But anyway, next Vartikam. Next Vartikam says that the, okay, Bhratuscha Jayasaha Purnipataha Vaktavyaha. Eldest brother. Eldest brother comes first. Of course, Rama Lakshmana, anyway, Rama Alpashtaram also he had. Rama has all good qualities, right? So Rama is already Alpashtaram anyway. So Rama Lakshmana, Rama will go first regardless. But how about this one? Yudhishthira Arjuna. Yudhishthira, in typos here, Yudhishthira. He has 4. Arjuna has only 3. So Arjuna should go first, Alpashtaram. But he doesn't go first. Yudhishthira is elder to him. Yudhishthira comes first and Arjuna comes second. Because even though he has less vowels than, less vowels Yudhishthira, he has to give way to his elder brother. So now because Bhratushcha Jayasaha. So the elder of the elder brother, Purnipata Vaktavyaha, is that he will get the Purnipataha. Bhratushcha Jayasaha, Purnipata Vaktavyaha. Bhratushcha Jayasaha. This is a Vartikam anyway, not a Sutram, but it's a Vartikam. This is also a Vartikam in 2 to 34 Vartikam. So that is the one. So the example which is given, very aptly given, is Yudhishthira Arjuna. Yudhishthira Arjuna. Arjuna. Okay. Now comes another Vartikam, which is in fact the most important Vartikam. I saved the best for the last. The most important Vartikam. And that is not really in the book as such. I don't think it's in the book. The book, I think, stops with this one. The book gives this one the last thing. The names of the forecast, names of brothers, her. He starts with that, her. But now, how about a compound like Parvati Parameshwara? How about Radha Krishna Abhyan Namaha? You know, why always you say Mata Pitara? You know, how about a better one for you? Vasudeva Arjuna. Now, why should Vasudeva go first? And Vasudeva. He has 4 H in them. And Arjuna again has only 3 H. Unfortunately, again, Arjuna didn't get the first position. So why is that now? Alpashtaram is clearly in favor of Arjuna, not Vasudeva. But then comes Vartikam Abhyarhitam Cha Purvam Nipatati Vastavyam. This Vartikam is outside the scope of Vyakaranam really. Vyakaranam will not help you much because this says Abhyarhitam. So Arha, which is more deserving, goes first. Which is more deserving goes first. More respected. It's higher status. So Mata Pitarau. See, I said Vyakaranam, you can argue why Mata is more important than Pita, why is Parvati more important than Ishvara. But anyway, that is not the topic. But if anything which is more important by some other constraint, not Vyakaranam, some other outside information, that goes first. Of course, Vasudeva Arjuna, the Guru goes first, Shishya goes second. So, Abhyarhitam cha. Now this overrides everything else. This will override everything else. So something is considered to be more important. Regardless of Alpashtaram and Ranveghi, all of these Vartikams, everything is out. It will go first. So Mata Pitarau, and a good example I like to get is the Vasudeva Arjuna. Because clearly there we should have had Arjuna going first. Because he is Alpashtaram. But that doesn't work. Abhyarhitam cha puram nipatati iti vaktavyam. This is the most important Vartikam. So because you can justify a lot of violations of the prior rules based on this one. Based on this one now. Because the speaker feels that this has more importance. Something has more importance. Okay. Let us now put this one here, which is 2234 Vartikam, and which is a good example of that one is Vasudeva Arjuna. Vasudeva Arjuna. Vasudeva Arjuna. So this is a very important Vartikam. Abhyarhitam, which is more important, has more respect, more standing. Abhyarhitam. That is Arha. Arha means to deserve. More deserving. Which is more deserving. Puram nipatati vaktavayam. Okay, now that is brings us up to this point now. Now we look at this one. There is on top of that, there is this Gana, which is called the Rajadantadi Gana. We are kind of done with this topic right now. So let me just give you 2 more facts, and we'll review this one in a second. So the one, this one between this Upachitram Purvam was 2 to 30. Then we had all this Dvandveghi and all this came afterwards. In between there's one Gana here, which says Rajadanta Dishu Param. Rajadanta means like your front teeth, your big teeth in front that you have, the big front teeth, the king of teeth. Okay. Now, in fact, good example in Gita. Gita chapter 9. What's the name of chapter 9? Next time we chant chapter 9 of Gita. Remember this sutram. The best way to remember sutram is Gita chapter 9. Rajavidya Rajagujya Yogo Nama Navamodhyaya. One more time. Rajavidya Rajagujya. How became Rajavidya now? Vidyanam Rajaha. Raja. Vidyanam Raja. Rajavidya. Now, if you go by prior rules, by which sutram, this is not a Dvandva compound, so we need to go to sutram, the Shashti Tatpurushaha. By which sutram authorizes Shashti Tatpurushaha? This sutram called Shashti, 228 Shashti. In this sutram Shashti, clearly the term Shashti is the Prathama Vibhakti, Prathama Shashti. Don't forget, Prathama Nirdishtam Samasa Upasajjanam Prathamanidishtam Samasu Pasajjanam. So Shashti di Prathamantam. Tasmat Shashtyantam Padam Puram Nipadati. So when you say Vidyanam Raja, should have been Vidya Rajaha. Vidya Rajaha, not Raja Vidya. Then what happened then? How come this one came like that? So this is because it is in the exceptional set of things called Rajadanta. Rajadanta. Now the Rajadanta is an Akriti Ganaha. Akriti Ganaha means that Akritya Ganyati iti Akriti Ganaha. It is not an exclusive, exhaustive list. In fact, all these terms I keep on reminding you, is look at the beautiful dictionary of Sanskrit grammar by Professor Abhyankar. All these terms, what is Akriti Gana? You know, what is Purnipataha? What is Tatpurushaha? What is Dvandva? What is Dvigu? All these terms are given in very plain, simple English, along with Sutra Nideshaha. Sutra Nideshaha, along with Sutra numbers, is given in this book should be with you at all times. What is Akriti Ganaha? We did a Saturday class a couple of Saturdays back, Akriti Ganaha, so I think all of you should know that. Why Saturday class? Because that's our basic fundamental class, start from the beginning. So everything is we're going step by step. So we had the Akriti Gana in the Saturday class because of this Chadayaha and the Swaradi Nipatam Vyayam. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit sidetracking here, but we already talked about the Akriti Gana in the Saturday class with the Swaradi Nipatam Vyayam. The Swaradi Gana is Akriti Gana. Also the Chadayo Sattva is Akriti Gana. Akriti Gana, which is this one, I'm sorry, Chadayo Sattva, means they can be extended. Akriti Gana means that the words in this Gana, they will have certain properties, they will take certain operations. If those same qualities, those same operations are seen in another word, which may not be explicitly stated in this Gana, you should understand that that term or that word should also come under this Gana. So let me read from Abhyankar's Akriti Ganaha. Akriti Ganaha means a class or group of words in which some words are actually mentioned and room is left to include others which are found undergoing the same operations. Now right now our topic is what? The Rajadanta Adishaparam is that something which should normally take Purnipataha, a term which should normally take the Purnipataha, Purvanipataha, will be going Param. That is the characteristic of the Rajadanta Adi Ganaha. So if you find the word Raja Vidya in Gita, Rajagujyam, so that word will not be mentioned in this Gana, but it underwent the same type of operation as a Rajadanta Adi Gana. So remember the word Akriti Gana. One more time. There is a Gana which doesn't list all the terms in there. It's not possible. Not possible. And room is left to expand it, but the condition is that whatever you're going to put in here should be undergoing the same operations as the Gana demands. So when you say Raja Vidya, normally Vidya should have come first. It did not come first. That means that will be a part of the Rajadanta Adi Gana. Okay. Now, so that is what I'm saying. So Gita chapter 9. So let's look at the Sutram Rajadanta Adishaparam. Now, why am I mentioning that? Because there will be now some situations where all these rules which we just talked about, which is Dvandveghi and this Ajajantantam, Alpashtaram, with all the Vartikani, everything will not work. Nothing works. Nothing works. What do we do then? We have to then somehow justify it. See, compounds is not like mathematics. It's not going to be black and white. That is the fun of compounds. You have to, this is the language, So you have to allow for Shishta Prayogaha. So as the scholars have used these words, we have to accept them. Parni has done as best as he can in putting all these rules for us with all the Vartikanis, everything is there. So, but still he has put Akruti Gana also he has put over there. But how do we know Gana Akruti or not? So, Asmakam Vyakhyanam Sharanam. Look at the Vyakhyanam. Let's look at this Vyakhyanam of 2 to 31 for 1 second. What does it say? 2 to 31. Rajadanta Adishaparam 2 to 31. What does it say? It says that Puru nipate prapte. Like Raja Vidya, I mean, Vidya should be going first because it is the Vidyanam Raja, it's Shashtyantam Padam. So Puru nipate prapte. Para prayogartham vachanam. But that which was deserving Puru nipata is going para. Rajadantadishu upasarjanam param prayoktavyam. So that upasarjanam will go later. So na kevalam upasarjanasya, anyasyapi, not only upasarjanam, yatha lakshanam vihitasya purnipatasya ayam apavadaha parnipato vidhiyate. So by not only upasarjanam puram, but even the other rule which we saw today, the dvandva samasas. In any which way, something which should have gone first is going second. Compound. Danta nam raja, raja danta. Now this gana has some terms which are tatpurushas, some which are dvandvas also. That is why we need it right now, because there are some terms in here which are going to be dvandvas. Some which are going to be take jayapati. Take jaya cha patischa jayapati. Now, technically speaking, jaya has the both alpashtaram. If you take now, pati also has the gisanya. Pati also has the lagu. So should be pati and jaya. Now maybe you can say the wife is more important than the husband. You can always say that you can always say abhyarhitam. You can take that. Oh, thank you. Okay, Kalpesh, give me one more Vartikam. Okay, Kalpesh, one more Vartikam. Okay, thank you, Kalpesh. I'll come to that. So Kalpesh is one more Vartikam for us. Okay, anyway. Okay, it's not in the book, but Kalpesh is right. We need a Vartikam also. Let me finish this topic first. Here, there are some of these terms in here. Let's take a different one. Okay, this one. Let's take it this one. Dharmarthav, kamarthav, and then it says artha dharma api. So it can be there is inside this there is a Vartikam like a Gana Sutram in here. Let's see what this one says in the Radhanta Adishu Param. It says Dharma Adishu Anyamaha. Dharma Adishu Anyamaha. There is word dharma, etc. So in this one there's a Vartikam which affects us right now directly. So let me put in the document. Okay, this is not in the book, by the way. This is not in the book, but you will need this to justify some situations, which is the Vartikam on the Dharmadishu Anyamaha. So let's make it like this. So Dharma di Shwa Niyamaha. This is a Vartikam. This is a Vartikam on 2-31 Vartikam, which tells us that this word dharma, etc., when they are used in this compound, there's no set rule as to which one should come, which one second. So the example that Kaumudi gives is artha dharmau, dharma arthau. So now, if you look at our see artha and dharma. So technically speaking, now artha is ajadi, adantam. They both have two vowels, artha dharma. Both have a guru lagu, artha dharma. But artha was the ajadi adantam. So therefore, by 2-33, ajadyadantam, shagadpurnipata. But now this Vartikam comes in the Gana, Rajadanta Gana, which says dharmadishu niyamaha. So now once you say that, there's no niyamaha. You can make it dharmartha. You can also make artha dharma. You can also make dharmartha also. So this is a Vartikam. So these are the kind of things you have to be aware that might come and trip you up in this Gana, the Rajadanta Gana, which you have to be aware that these will be used to, so you would expect artha dharma, which should be, because it is the ajadyadantam, you have artha dharma, but you can also get dharmartha. Now here also you can by the way, there are this is where the fun starts now, because now when you say the purushartha, the four purusharthas, right? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Now you can always argue that the dharma has more importance. You can maybe also argue that dharma in the logical order can also be given first place. Only when dharma is artha comes. So you can also argue on those basis. You can even argue that abhyarhitam, dharma comes first. So you can argue like that. Maybe abhyarhitam is again something which is open to debate because it's more deserving. By what? Because without dharma no artha is possible. So dharma artha. Anyway, so this is all the gray area where there are some choices. Okay. So this is one vartikam. So you can never say 100% this has to go second. These are all the dharmadishu ubhayam iti. Okay. Dharmadishu ubhayam. This is another vartikam. Dharmadishu aniyamaha dharmadishu udam. So this is a vartikam in the way it's in this Kaumudi Kalpesh. So Kalpesh is saying that this vartikam has different wordings slightly, but this is in the Kaumudi. Dharmadishu aniyamaha. Artha dharmo dharmatho. How about this one now? Jaya shabdasya jaya dampati. Jampati jayapati. How about that one? We have three of them now. You have jayapati. You're also technically speaking, the Jaya means wife, of course, Jayapati. So now Jaya has what? She has Guru and Guru. While Pati has one Laghu in him. Not only that, is that he also has the Gisanya. So he should have gone first. He didn't go first. The Jayapati. Not only that, besides that, you get the Jaya Shabdasya Jambhavaha Dambhavascha Nipatyate. Become Jampati. Same meaning. Become Jampati Dampati. Dampati is same as Jayapati. Dampati is same as Jayapati. So Jaya becomes Jam and Dam optionally. First of all, she goes first. Jayapati. Secondly, in her place you can get Jam or Dam. So Jayapati, Jampati, Dampati. So it says that, yes.
I have a question related to this. I have seen the use of addressing this one Dampati, Jagatampati, and I'm wondering how that Vibhakti form got included in that samas.
Oh, Jagatampati, is it?
Yeah.
That is, you have to look in this, this not today's topic, but I'll give you some pointers. First of all, how do you know it's a compound? How? Prutak Padam, we say Jagatam Pati here.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know it's a compound? It looks like a Prutak Padam.
Prutak Padam. Okay. Yeah, that may be it. Because it's written together, right?
No, written that has no meaning.
Yeah, I know.
But how about this one? The Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram, in the very beginning, right? Paramangati, as it comes, it is Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram.
Paramangati.
Yeah, in the beginning it says Yoga Vidam Neta. Muktanam Paramagati. Muktanam Paramagati. That's not a compound word. It's Ekam Nama, it's just a single name, Muktanam Paramagati. Then Yoga Vidam Neta. The Vishnu Sahasranama, so in the very beginning of Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram come these two, it comes. Muktanam Paramagati, Yoga Vidam Neta. These don't have to be compound words. So Jagatam Pati can be Prutak Padam. Now, see, the one topic which we're not studying here is that in the Veda, the samasas get certain kind of swaras on them, which we are not looking in this class. But if you see a particular swara on like the Jagatampati, for example, and you need to make it a compound, then you have to come to this section of the Aluk Samasa. You're going to see later on, Vasu. Aluk Samasa start from this Aluguttara Padeyaho. Aluguttara Padeyaho. And there is a famous example, Tatpurushe Kuti Bahulam, Vasu. So this is one, again, not today's topic, but since you asked the question, let me answer it, is that Tatpurushe Kuti Bahulam. The Tatpurusha compound, when you see an Aluk Samasaha, Aluk Sama, like what you're talking about, if Jagatam Pati is required to be a compound because of some operation it has taken, doesn't concern us because we're not looking at the Vedic swaras, but if it does require to be, then you can look at Tatpurushe Kuti Bahulam and justify like Sita Ayaf Pataye Namaha. It's a good example. Sita Ayaf Pataye comes in the Ramaraksha Stotram. Sita Ayaf Pataye Namaha. Now, how do you justify Sitaya Pataye Namaha? So the fact that we talked about this word Pati gets the Ji Sanya only when it is in a compound. So Pati Samasa Eva, right? So we talked about this one, which is Pati can get the Ji Sanya only when it's a compound. So how can it become Sitaya Pataye Namaha? The Pataye form is only when it is in a compound. So then one of the ways to justify this is that you can make the Sitaya Pataye Pati as Aluk Samasaha. And then somehow give Pati the Jisanya. You cannot get the form Pataye unless if it's outside a compound. But we have the usage Sitaya Pataye Nama is very, very famous usage. So that one you have to use this sutram. Which is Tatpurushe Kriti Bahulam. Use the Bahulam, and you justify it as a Samasaha.
Sudeshi, that Sitayaha Pataye, does that need to be a Samasa?
Just one of it justified. It doesn't have to be, because I think there is also a next sutram I think is there, which is the Shashti Yuktascha Chandasiva. That's other way out, Kalpesh. Is you can somehow, not somehow, but Chandasi in the Vedas, which is Shashti Yuktasya. If you take the Pati with a Shashti Antam Padam, even that can get the Sanya, but it's Chandasi. So now that's the problem. That's only should be Chandasi. So either you take 149 and justify the Pataye form, or you take this one Aluk Samasa and make it a like that. So anyway, it has to be a Samasa. How do you get the form Pataye, Kalpesh, otherwise? You not get Pataye. You not get the Gisanya. Gisanya we get the Pataye form, not get to become Patye. Not Pataye.
So, rather than forming it as Samasa and then giving this thing, how about that it could be a violation of the rule of 148?
Yeah. Then if you take a Paniniyam, you don't need Vyakaranam then. Yeah, if you want to, correct. If you just take it as a Paniniyam Rupam, then you can always do that. There's nothing then, yeah, you can say that. But if you want to justify, in Panini has left some loopholes here. So we can, as long as you should normally not try to say it's a Paniniyam as far as possible. You could try to justify it in different ways, But only when everything fails, then only you can say a Paniniyam Rupam. But generally you can bring in something or the other. So yeah, if you can, that's the third choice, is to outright say this is the incorrect form. With Shishta Prayoga, try to justify it. So two ways out is,
Another thing is I can go back and look at it, whether it says Jagatam Pati or Jagatam Pati.
It will not be Pati. Pati is two Patis, Vasu.
No.
Jagatam is Shashti. Oh, you mean Jagatam Pati means Parvati Parameshwar, two of them.
Yeah, no, it may be Jagatpati, he wanted to use it as a Dvandva, then it would be...
That's not Dvandva, that's just Dvivachanam.
Okay.
Dvivachanam. So Pratama Dvivachanam. So Jagatam is Shashti Prutak Padam. Pati is Dvivachanam of Pati. Like Hari, Hare. So in that case, it's just two Patis. That's what it means. Pati and Pati, that's his two Patis. That we don't need Samasa for that. So Pati is simply Dvivachanam, not a compound, not Dvandva compound. So that's a simpler question then. Okay, Jagatam Pati, if you want, means two of them. Like you're talking about, you probably about Vishnu and Shiva, right? Jagatam Pati. That Pati is only Dvivachanam of the Pati Shabda. That's not a compound word. Okay. Anyway, so we have this Gana, which is Rajadanta Adi Ganaha, and there is a Vartikam here, so we can Aniyamaha. Is also Jayapati, Jampati, Dampati, Arthadharmau, Dharmarthau. So there might be something in this Gana of this Gana, this 231. The Rajadanta Adi Shuparam. So this Gana, anything which was supposed to be going prior will go, if it's in this Gana, it will go second. It has some Tatpurusha compounds, has some Dvandva compounds. I've given you two flavors of that over here, so think about that. Let's come to what Kalpesh is saying. One more Vartikam was there.
Satish, before that.
Uh-huh.
Satish, this
Yes.
Jaya Shabdasya Will we call that a Vartikam or would that be more like a Gana Sutra?
It's a Gana Sutra.
Okay.
It's a Gana Sutra. So what Kalpesh is pointing out that this is really, this is more like a guy should say, okay, I'm good, that's okay, it's good. I'll change this. It's a Gana Sutram really. It's a Gana Sutram, not a Vartikam technically speaking. Gana Sutram. Gana Sutram means that you're correct, not Vartikam. Thank you. So Gana Sutram. In the Gana, there is some instruction left in the Gana. So that is the Gana Sutram, not technically a Vartikam. Gana Sutram. That Gana Sutram. Now the one more Vartikam, which is Kalpesh right, which we need to include here, and that is saying is that Sankhyayaha Alpiyasyaha Purnipato Vaktavyaha Dvitraha Tijaturaha Navati Shatam. So a number which is a smaller number will come first. Regardless of all the other rules, a number which is a smaller number will come first. Sankhyayaha alpiyasyaha purnipataha. Now, this is not only for Dvandva compounds, by the way. This compound is a Bahuvari compound. Vitraha, Sri Chaturaha. This is Bahuvari compounds. Navati Shatam. Let's check this. This might qualify for Dvandva compound. 190. Navati Shatam. Now, Navati has Navati. It has 3 aksha. Shatam has only 2. So, using of Alpastaram, the Shatam should have gone first, shouldn't it? Shatam has only 2 vowels. Shata. Navati has 3. So then but then this Vartikam says Sankhyayaha Alpiyasyaha Purnipato Vaktavyaha. Na kevalam Dvandva Samase. Sarvatra. In all compounds. If you have 2 numbers and one number is smaller than the other, the smaller number comes first. This is another. It's kind of, by the way, this is opposite of in English. In English is opposite. The higher number comes first in English. Always. You see 103. You say 190. You never say 90-100. Say 1,343. So it is exactly opposite in English. Is that the higher number? So Gariyasyaha Purnipat Angla Bhashe. Samskrita Bhashayam Alpiyasyaha Purnipata Vaktavyaha. So this is very counterintuitive. So we need this. So thank you, Kalpesh. We need this Vartikam. So in fact, let me just take this one here. Sankhyayaha Alpiyasyaha is another Varti. Let me put this back here. With all of these fellows. This is not in the book. So Sankhyayaha Alpiyasyaha Purnipata Vaktavyaha. Because this is not only for Dvandvas. This is for other compound, any compound. So right now for us we'll only take one example, which is the Navati Shatam. Navati Shatam can also be a Tatpurusha compound, also be Dvandva compound, but it's a good example for us, Navati Shatam. This is a Vartikam on 2 to 34 Vartikam. Okay, so this is so far what we have. Let me give you a quick review because time is running out. We only have 5 minutes left. Okay, so one more time. We knew the class, we talked about this, the very important sutram which will work in many other places, which is Prathama Nirdishtam Samasa Upasajanam. In the compound, Samasa Vidhayaka Sutram, Prathama Nirdishtam, that will go, that gets the Upasajana Sanya. And along with that, we had to use 2 to 30 Upasajanam Putam. But let me remind you one more thing on the side is that this is not the only prayojanam of the Upasajana Sanya. It's not the only prayojanam. It also has other uses. For example, we also talked about this one, which is the Gostyo Upasajanasya. So Upasajanam doesn't only mean Purnipata. Okay? It has also other application, but right now for timing for us, the most important thing was Upasajanam Purvam. That was the most important application for us right now, which failed us because of the fact that Anuvritti of Anekam comes in this Chartya Dvandvaha. Anekam Svatama Nirdishtam. So then every term will get Upasajana Sanya. So we cannot make the Purnipata Niyamaha by Upasajanam Purvam. So Panini has 3 rules. Dvandveghi, Ajajadantam, Alpashtaram. Now out of this, because of the Vipatishade Parankaryam, Alpashtaram gets priority. is that the one which has the less number of vowels will go first. That has Vatikam under there. So that is by far the most important sutram. If you remember one thing, remember Alpashtaram. Alpashtaram is the most important sutram here. In the Dvandva, Purnipata Vishaye Alpashtaram, Iti Mahattaram, Mahattasya Adhikam Mahattam Vartate. So that has the most importance, Mahattapurnam. Okay, and that Vatikam we saw, which is that first one is that Laghu Aksharam. Within that, if you have Laghu Aksharam, then the one which has Laghu will go first. So Kasha Kashav, even though 2 and 2, Kasha went first. Second thing, Rutu Nakshatranam, Anupurvena but Samanaksharanam. So Hemanta Shishira Vasantaha, but Grishma Vasantau. Then Kritika Rohinyo, Nakshatra. Then Varananam Anupurvena, regardless of the Alpashtaram. Gita example, Brahmana Kshatriya Visham. Then Bhratuscha Jayasaha Purnipata Vaktavya. Elder brother goes first. So even though Arjuna has Alpashtaram in his favor, he will go second. Yudhishthira Arjuna. Then finally we saw completely overrides everything. Abhyarhitam, which is more deserving by some other criteria outside Vyakaranam, some other criteria. So Vasudeva Arjuna, clearly Vasudeva the teacher, Arjuna is the Shishya, so he goes second. Even though Arjuna has less Alpashtaram in his favor, doesn't matter. Vasudeva Arjuna, Vasudeva will go first always. Arjuna will go second. Then Kalpesh mentioned this Sankhyaya Alpiyasyaha Purnipata Vaktavya, which is different from English. In English, other way around English. So Navati Shatam will come like that, even though Shata has less number of vowels. So now comes another sutram which we saw 2231, which also mentions a bunch of exceptions. Something which should have been going first is going to go second. Not only Dvandva, also Tatpurusha also in there. So some of these topics are going to be revisited again, because some of these are not only for Dvandvas. Like this one we talked about, the Sankhyayaha. This is also will affect Bahuvris also. You see, this will affect Bahuvris as well as Tatpurushas also. We'll come back to this one when we look at that. But this Rajadantadishu Param, Rajadanta, this also has Tatpurushas in there. And example, Gita chapter 9. I should put that one. I'm sorry. Let me put that one. That's important. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Put that from Gita example, chapter 9. So Gita chapter 9. It's Akriti Ganaha. And a good example is Gita chapter 9. So even though the word Raja Vidya or Raja Gujyam may not be here. So this is Rajadantadi. So Rajadantadi Ganaha. So Akriti Ganaha. Akriti Ganaha. It's expandable depending on Shishta Prayogaha. Akriti Ganaha. And the Gita example is Raja Vidya and Raja Gujyam. So Raja Vidya is an example. Raja Vidya. So Raja Gujyam, chapter 9 of Gita. Chapter 9. Gita, I'll tell you, if you know Gita well, everything is easy after Raja Vidya, Raja Gujyam. So chapter 9. That was the last Vatikam. No, this is 2231. So this might help you out sometimes when you don't find anything else to help you out. Come here. Maybe look at what the commentator is saying. Maybe he will tell you that Rajadantaditvat Purnipataha, because it is going to be in this Gana, so you can help that way. And we saw also Jaya, Dharma, there's some words like that in this Gana. The Gana Sutram, which says that Dharmadi, there's no niyama at all. You can put either one first. Artha Dharma, Dharma Artha. Even though you can argue with the Artha should come first. Artha is Ajadyadhantam. But then Dharma is Abhyarhitam. It has more importance. So it could go either way. So maybe that's why. Anyway, this is Gana Sutram, which says some of them can go either way. Because Jayapati, Jampati, Dampati. That's also a Gana Sutram. Jayayaha, Jambhavaha, Dambhavascha Nipatyate. Of course, Jaya goes first also. Even though she has the Guru. Pati had Laghu. And Pati has Gisanya also. And now finally, I saved the best for the last. After all of this, I really saved the best for the last. Okay, let's look at this one now. And we stop with that one. Is that Panini himself has usage like this one. Lakshana hetvoho kriyayaha. Look at this one now. Lakshana hetu. So this is about the Shatru Pratyaya coming in certain meanings, Lakshana and Hetu. So Lakshana has 3 vowels. Hetu has 2. Not only that, on top of that, Hetu also has the Gi Sanya. And there's nothing here about Abhyarhitam. Nothing about Anupurvya, there is no connection. So now what does this mean now? This violates all the rules. And finally, Panini himself uses Lakshana Hetu. So then we have to, so how do we do this one now? So how can we justify this one? So I think this finally what they say is that, well, sometimes nothing will work. Nothing will work. So then they say that, what is the Vatikam? Sampurnam Purnipata, this is really the punchline of the day. This is the punchline. Sampurnam Purnipata Shastram Anityam. So this entire today's class is Anityam. Is that Sampurnam, I'm not joking about this, I'm sorry, to keep the best thing for the last, because if it's going to begin a class, you'll all drop out of the class, because after this whole class, then after all that, say Sampurnam, Purnipata Shastram. This Shastra word, the Purnipataha, Purva Nipata Shastram, Anityam. Anityam. So after all of that, this is the punchline, which is that this entire topic Purnipataha can be overridden by uses such as this one in the Ashtad, because maybe this is a different Nyapaka. Panini is telling you that I will use these kind of forms, which you will find in the language elsewhere also. So when nothing works, this Purnipata Shastram, the Purvanipata Shastram is Anityam. So when you cannot use Abhyarhitam, you cannot even find any connection with Rajadanta Adigana, at the most you can at least try to put it here if you can, Rajadanta. See, in our case, Rajavidya, Rajagujyam, it was kind of easy because you already have Rajadanta, Dantanam Raja. So then Vidyanam Raja, you can at least put it there, without feeling too bad about it. But this one is nothing, there's nothing here. It's just completely, it's a blatant violation of all the rules. So so this is finally, this is you take an example like this and you can justify it by saying that, so now you can have some fun with this now. So take the Gita, take Ramayanam, take Bhat Puranam, and every Dvandva Samasaha, you try to go through it and go to today's class and see if you can justify. If you can justify that sutram, that Purnipataha. So you go to, start with Alpashtaram. You first start with Alpashtaram. Start from there and go from there. With all the Vartikani, Abhyarhitam, if nothing works, try the Radhadanta Adigana. Nothing works after that also, then nothing you can do. You have to finally take this one. Okay. So we stop with that. Now next class we are going to look at the set of Samhar Dvandva in this book. Well, the book doesn't give all of these. Book only stops with this one. Doesn't go into all the details. But next class you're going to do the point 183. So can please revise this section from 242 to 2416. Okay. Now make only one comment and stop with that. Is that why do you need this first of all? Because we just in the beginning of the class we already talked about is that itaretara yogaha and samahara is a justified compounding. Then why does Panini have to say that in these circumstances make it samahara? It's samahara already vihitam. Why do we need that? It becomes niyamartham. Is that in these situations from 242 to 2416, samahara, of course, here there's a vibhasha coming here, 2412. Nisheda is coming in 2414. Anyway, this samahara has to be done in these situations. There's no choice. That is what this means. This from this 242 onwards, if it comes in these situations, samahara has to be done. You cannot do the itaritara yogaha. That is what's going next time. So we'll stop with that. Alistu Mangala Charanam. So next time homework is 242 to 2416. And the book we on page 120, page 120, point number 183. Okay. Ramo Rajamani Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Vyata Nishachara Chamo Ramaya Tasmai Namaha रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम् रामे चित्तले सदा भूत मे भो राम मामुद्धर राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्री राम नाम वरानन उन्नमेति. Thank you.